Tonight, we're live in Israel with the tense moments today that threaten this fragile peace deal and new details from the hostages just released. What Hamas did to them inside those tunnels. The warning from President Trump promising violence against Hamas if they don't hold up their end of the deal and disarm. More bodies of hostages finally handed over late today, and what we learned about the hostages who survived. Our interview with the family of one after this emotional reunion, describing to us how Hamas starved the hostages while laughing at their misery. New clashes in the streets of Chicago, protesters facing off with immigration agents. This car smashed, tear gas used to disperse the crowd. The chilling new video of the arson attack on the Pennsylvania governor's residence this spring. The suspect throwing Molotov cocktails, smashing windows, and trying to kick through doors with the governor's family just on the other side. President Trump posthumously awarding the Medal of Freedom to Charlie Kirk, his widow's emotional reaction. The police officer slamming this mother to the ground outside her daughter's school, while police say the officer followed the law. The mystery in Kansas, doorbell cam video showing a man dragging a woman away. Police now asking the public for help. The update just in tonight. The new warning tonight, do your popular protein shakes and powders have too much lead? The danger to your kidneys. And how our viral video of a heartwarming reunion from the LA fires inspired a new law. Nightly News starts right now.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas, reporting tonight from Israel.
And good evening from Israel. We're just a day after the surviving hostages came home. Peace in the region potentially looking more fragile. Late today, Hamas finally returned the bodies of 4 more deceased hostages as part of the deal President Trump brokered. But a key part of that deal also involves Hamas disarming, something that didn't appear to happen today as Hamas gunmen took to the streets to carry out public executions. Look at that. President Trump warning if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. The brutal violence a reminder of everything the hostages had to endure. Families like this one overjoyed to have their loved one back home, but the recovery process is just beginning and the road will likely be long. Survivors describing abuse and malnourishment. Some spending so much time in Hamas tunnels, they now need sunglasses to adjust to the daylight. We begin tonight with a family grateful to have their son and brother back home, even as he warns he's been changed forever. 24 hours after those miraculous reunions, hostages freed as part of President Trump's historic peace deal. Tonight, we're learning more about the horrors they endured at the hands of Hamas terrorists. That's Guy Gilbao Dalau's emotional homecoming, finally back in his family's arms. We spoke to his dad and his brother late today.
He was keep saying that I'm home, it's over. I love you so much.
Hamas terrorists kidnapped Guy from the Nova Music Festival.
He looked at my mother and he told her, I'm not the same son that you remember. I'm a different man now.
At the hospital, Guy was reunited with his friend, Aviatar David, who was also just released. They were held together for much of their captivity.
I'm overwhelmed. We are nothing more than grateful for President Trump and the deal that he was able to make.
Is there anything a guy really missed, wanted when he came home? Is there anything that he asked for?
Guy tasted a chocolate ball, and he gave us the most craziest look, like it's the first time he ever experienced flavor.
Dr. Michal Steinman from the hospital's Recovered Hostages Unit telling us about the healing process.
Their eyes can see from day one in normal light and to make them really adjust to everything.
You actually have to readjust the lighting because they were so long in those Hamas tunnels?
We have to adjust everything.
And there are more disturbing experiences to overcome.
He was constantly being under tortures and abused.
Guy telling his family the hostages were tortured and starved by their Hamas captors, who would eat huge meals in front of them and then give the hostages just a few grains of rice while laughing at them.
The beating, the starvation, You just put him aside because you want to survive.
And now, Israel accusing Hamas of violating President Trump's peace deal by not returning remains of all hostages. Though all that destruction in Gaza may make it difficult. This as Hamas gunmen were seen conducting public executions despite the peace deal's requirement to disarm.
If they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
But for these hostage families, the focus now is on their loved ones, finally back home.
Has he shared for you what kept him going for those 2 years, how he stayed strong?
He said that,
And he said it repeatedly.
He always thought about us.
He said it was imagining that we, the family, looking at him at these moments that he feel like he's going to break, giving him energies and strength, and that he needs to show us that he is strong.
What do you think about that of your brother? I mean, that's very brave.
I always said that my brother is the most strong man I ever knew.
The Gilboa Dalal family reunited and sharing their new reality with us. That is some breaking news back at home and the new immigration clashes in Chicago. Tear gas deployed after crowds swarmed a crashed federal vehicle. Here's Gabe Gutierrez with the video.
Tonight, tear gas deployed after another clash in Chicago during President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration. Homeland Security officials say an SUV carrying an undocumented immigrant trying to flee arrest first rammed a Border Patrol vehicle. Then the Border Patrol vehicle crashed into the SUV to stop it. Chicago police say a hostile crowd started throwing objects at federal agents who then deployed tear gas. 13 officers were exposed to it.
There's absolutely no reason to have this kind of chaos happening in our communities, putting people at risk, just exacerbating the fear that people feel right now.
The latest clash comes as DHS says Mexican drug cartels are now offering cash to target ICE officers and other federal agents. $5,000 to $10,000 for kidnapping or assaults on officers, and up to $50,000 for the assassination of high-ranking officials.
We're not backing down. President Trump and Secretary Noem are going to give our law enforcement the resources they need to succeed and clean up America's streets.
The president today once again touting his crackdown on crime in Democratic-led cities.
Chicago, we've already made a lot of progress despite fighting from the government, but Chicago's doing great.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is now refusing to play a video of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem at airports where she slams Democrats. Johnson calling the video propaganda. Tom?
Gabe Gutierrez at the White House for us. Now to the stunning new video just released showing a man trying to burn down the Pennsylvania governor's mansion earlier this year. The tapes revealing just how close he got to killing the governor and his family. Here's Stephanie Gosk.
It was early morning last April. Prosecutors say this is 38-year-old Cody Balmer, armed with Molotov cocktails and a sledgehammer, setting the Pennsylvania governor's mansion on fire. Moments later, he smashed another window, got inside, and ignited a second blaze.
It's especially hard to know that he tried to burn our family to death while we slept.
Today, Balmer pleaded guilty to multiple charges, including attempted murder and arson. He was sentenced to 25 to 50 years in prison. 22 people were in the residence that night. Governor Josh Shapiro, his wife, 3 of their children, along with extended family, including young nephews and nieces, all sleeping behind these double doors that Balmer tried to kick in.
Those doors that he tried to break through, that metal hammer that he wielded that apparently he wanted to use to kill me with.
The governor visibly rattled by the security camera videos.
They've been haunting me for months.
His family had been celebrating the Jewish holiday Passover. According to prosecutors, Balmer was angry about the war in Gaza, so he targeted the governor.
I think it's important that in this time of rising political violence that none of us grow numb to it.
The attack taking place in the same state where less than a year before someone tried to assassinate President Donald Trump. Today, the governor said his family supports the plea deal.
I think we need real accountability for acts of political violence. And today is real accountability.
But his family, he says, even with increased security, still feels vulnerable. Stephanie Gosk, NBC News.
And a somber ceremony at the White House in the wake of that stunning act of political violence. President Trump remembering Charlie Kirk with a posthumous Presidential Medal of Freedom on what would have been his 32nd birthday. He presented the medal to Kirk's tearful widow, Erica, who called it the best birthday gift he could have ever asked for. Now to a violent clash between a police officer and a parent caught on camera outside of a Florida school. That mother speaking out tonight while the department is standing by the officer. Jesse Kirsch has the disturbing video.
This physical altercation between parent and police officer began with a disagreement over parking. Today, the parent, Erica McGriff, speaking out for the first time.
All I was trying to do was get my daughter out of school without getting wet.
Hey, where you going? I need your license.
Police body camera footage edited and released by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office shows an officer approach McGriff outside her 9-year-old daughter's school last week.
I did not do anything wrong.
Police say McGriff's driver's license had been revoked and that she illegally parked her car.
No, I did not leave that vehicle.
You can get a ticket?
I was the passenger.
You can get a ticket or you can keep playing your games and go to jail.
Then the officer, identified by the sheriff as Officer Holton, grabs McGriff. The situation rapidly unravels. The sheriff also releasing this cell phone video. He says McGriff committed an unprovoked attack on the officer.
She violently resisted Officer Holton and eventually punched him repeatedly and bit him with such force that she left a bite impression on his forearm.
Tonight, McGriff is facing multiple third-degree felony charges.
This was excessive force on every level when you think about how he manhandled and brutalized this unarmed black woman over what was a traffic citation.
But the sheriff says the officer's conduct has already been reviewed and that he followed the law. Tom?
Jesse, thank you. Now to Kansas and the mysterious images captured on a doorbell camera. Police fear it was an abduction and pleaded with the community for help. Shaquille Brewster has this update just into our newsroom.
That chilling scream, the start of this doorbell video released by Wichita police that prompted an urgent search after they say it showed a woman being taken by force. Tonight, police say the mystery is solved after asking the public for help.
Our main concern is the safety and welfare of the woman seen in that video.
The video going viral on social media.
If you even think you recognize her, tell somebody.
Investigators saying it was their only piece of evidence. Tonight, officials say the incident was a case of domestic violence. The 35-year-old female was victimized by her boyfriend, they say, calling police at around 3 p.m. today. It happened around 2 a.m. Sunday morning, according to officials. The FBI assisted as investigators followed every lead. Tonight, authorities say the victim suffered no significant injuries. Shaquille Brewster, NBC News.
Disturbing video there. All right, there are new concerns tonight about the growing cases of measles in the U.S. Health officials confirm hundreds of students are now in quarantine after outbreaks in their schools. Emily Aketa has the very latest.
Tonight, mounting measles cases are driving concerns in classrooms and forcing hundreds to quarantine. In South Carolina, the state's health department reporting today 5 new infections, nearly doubling an October outbreak in Spartanburg County, where Dr. Chris Lombardozzi works.
We've never seen this before. I hope not to see it again.
There have been exposures to the disease in the region at a fitness center, plus 2 schools, according to officials, forcing nearly 140 unvaccinated students to stay home right now and watch for symptoms like fever, cough, and rash.
You can start spreading or shedding virus to other people long before you know that you have measles.
Dr. Lombardozzi is concerned about slipping vaccination rates, which in Spartanburg County is at 90%, 5 percentage points short of herd immunity. NBC News found most of the country with available data is also below that 95% level as new outbreaks bubble up across the U.S., including in central Ohio and near the Twin Cities, where health officials say 118 students who have been exposed are in quarantine. Back in the Palmetto State, Jennifer Sevick is concerned for her husband, who is a cancer patient and immunocompromised.
How would you describe the emotion in all of this?
There's definitely fear. We're fighting for his life. We're doing all of this work
only to be undone possibly by measles, which is a very preventable disease.
Emily Ikeda, NBC News.
And we'll be right back with a new warning about protein shakes. How much lead was found in popular protein powders? Are they safe to drink? That's next. We are back now with an alarming headline about the levels of lead in protein powders and shakes, which, unlike medicine and drugs, go on the market without FDA approval. Ann Thompson has what you need to know.
This is my favorite protein smoothie.
There's no denying the passion for protein powders and shakes.
And this is like my protein shake that I drink after the gym.
An estimated $10 billion market in the U.S. But Consumer Reports says several popular powders and shakes commonly sold by big retailers may be giving you something else: lead. Of 23 powders and shakes Consumer Reports tested, it found in a single survey more than 2/3 of the products had more lead than what its experts say is safe to consume in a day.
Do these products need to be regulated?
Definitely. There currently are no limits for lead in protein powders. There are no enforceable standards available.
The report advises against daily use for most protein powders, pointing to a link between chronic lead exposure and health issues.
With chronic exposure to lead, you can get a bunch of different problems, such as kidney disease, high blood pressure. You can get neurotoxicity, so peripheral neuropathy, like pain and nerve pain, and it can cause some immune problems as well.
Consumer Reports cited two products, Naked Nutrition's vegan mass gainer powder and Huel Black's Edition powder, as containing enough lead that our experts advise against consuming them. The makers of both telling NBC News the levels of lead in their products are within recognized safety limits. Consumer Reports saying some popular drinks like Ensure plant-based protein nutrition shake are okay to consume in moderation, making sure you are gaining strength and not trouble. Ann Thompson, NBC News.
We're back in a moment with the deadly new strike on a boat the president says belonged to narco-terrorists in Venezuela. We'll show you that video. That's next. Welcome back. The world is watching tonight rising tensions with Venezuela after the U.S. struck another boat. Here's a video. President Trump posting this video saying it shows the U.S. military blowing up 6 alleged drug smugglers in international waters. It is the latest strike of its kind, and some U.S. lawmakers have questioned the president's authority to use this type of deadly force. All right, when we come back tonight here on Nightly News, it was the news story from NBC that went viral, the emotional reunion between a dog and his owner, and how it's now changed the law. Stay with us. Finally, there's good news tonight about a dog named Oreo and the viral video that inspired a new law to help save pets during disasters. Here's Liz Kreutz.
Oh, honey! Oh, my God, you're alive! You're alive!
It's a moment that resonated with so many of you. Casey Colvin overwhelmed with emotion as he finds his Pomeranian Oreo, who had been lost in the rubble for days in the Palisades fire. NBC News' video of that reunion went viral, millions sympathizing with his emotional reaction. And now, 9 months later, that video has led to legislative change. California Governor Newsom just signing a law inspired by Oreo that will require cities and counties make a plan for how to retrieve pets that become trapped in evacuated areas. It's the first law of its kind in the country.
What's your reaction when you saw the governor sign this law?
We were so surprised. Oh, it's just the best feeling in the world. It feels like we won the lottery, literally.
When we first met Casey the night of the fire, he was in tears trying to get to Oreo.
How do I get to my house?
For days, he couldn't get past the roadblocks. His story highlighting just how hard it can be for pet owners to rescue their pets during a natural disaster.
Pets are family, so for me personally, me being able to walk out of the fires with my dogs is the miracle. And having a law now that can help other people, like Oreo's in the history books. That's totally wild. It makes me so happy.
Hi, Bubba. One bright spot from the fires, creating change.
Can we see a little Oreo?
Yeah.
Liz Kreutz, NBC News.
That's Nightly News for this Tuesday. I'm Tom Yamas reporting from Tel Aviv. We thank you so much for watching. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night. We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.